Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Chelsea 2, Servette 0. It's a comfortable victory, Enzo Maresca's first win as Chelsea manager and our first win of the season, and it's in the Conference League. Yet another competition that Chelsea have registered a competitive victory in. With that being said, it wasn't pretty, was it? It wasn't fantastic. I'm not going to sit here and say to you that we're setting the world alight and that we were in the absolute wrong competition. This was a Conference League performance. It was a competitive game of football, and to be quite honest, we were pretty lucky that we actually won this game. There were countless chances, particularly towards the end of the match, where Servette looked as though they were going to score, but we got the job done. It's an early second half penalty from Nkunku and then a brilliant finish from Nkunku and Madueke. Before we get into the boxes and talk a little bit more about this game and how Chelsea got the job done, I want to ask you guys to subscribe to the George Benson football channel, and let's keep the positivity going right now on GBFC. You guys are loving the content this summer. Smack a like on this video. I'm buzzing for Chelsea's first win. As well as that, if you want to buy the new kit this season, be it the home kit, away kit, third kit, GBFC 10, using the link in the description, gets you guys a lovely 10% off. It's about a tenner. If the kit's £100, you save yourself a tenner. Basic maths, but don't worry. I woke up to do the maths for you. Chelsea got the job done here, but I'm going to talk first of all about the first half performance, because when we get the early phases of the game, and I'm talking here about the opening 60 seconds of the match, Mark Yu, I love this man. And I tell you what, we're going to laugh at Mark Yu for a second, because we can. And I don't mean this in like a haha, look at you mate, you're not a good footballer kind of way. Mark Yu has the miss of the season. It's already an accolade that he can tick off. But what I absolutely love about this guy, and why instead of being angry that he missed an absolute sitter when the game is 1-0 at the start of the second half, when you put the effort in that Mark Yu does, and he's absolutely brilliant at the way that he chases down goalkeepers. He's like a bull in a china shop. He just wants to destroy everything around him in the name of trying to recover the ball for Chelsea. This is why you can laugh at Mark Yu, because in the first minute, he's literally doing, I don't know if you guys play Call of Duty, but he's dolphin dived almost to try and score with his nose. I love it. It sets the tempo for the match, and then for whatever reason, the rest of the orchestra didn't get the memo. I felt as though the first half today from Chelsea was like you pour a beautiful, delicious soup that you've just made in the blender into the frying pan, and you're looking at it and you're wondering like, why is this soup not bubbling 20 minutes later? It's because you didn't flipping turn the hob on, mate. And that's exactly what the Chelsea first half performance was today. I feel as though we kind of had all that ingredients in the opening couple of minutes, where Pedro Neto's looking bright, Mark Yu's also looking bright, and we just didn't turn the flipping saucepan on. I don't know what it was about that first half, but it seemed to me as though Chelsea went off at half time, and you could kind of hear boos ringing around Stamford Bridge, which isn't good. I think the general energy right now is that we need to turn the hob on. Do you know what I mean? I think this is a good analogy to use to explain the way that we're playing and the way that we've started this season. Yes, it's a new philosophy. Yes, it's a new moment for us here with a new manager, and we're going to have to get used to certain things. But we've got to start trying to start games with a bit more passion, with a little bit more drive and energy, to kind of begin to inflict some kind of scare into the opposition, and we absolutely didn't do that. We go in at half-time 0-0. We come out at the start of the second half, and to be fair, Enzo Maresca must have been fuming. He sends all of the substitutions out to warm up. Maybe that was already part of the plan when it comes to managing minutes. Everyone's warming up, and then straight away, at the beginning of the second half, good little link-up play between Dewsbury Hall and Christopher Nkunku. Nkunku goes down and then converts the penalty with aplomb. The second moment is the Mark Yu miss. And I honestly, I don't know how he has missed from the position that he's missed in. It's harder to do what he did than it was to score. But that being said, I want to finish on this point with Mark Yu, because I'm not going to talk about him again for the rest of this video. But if that isn't a sign that we need to sign Victor Osimhen, then I don't bloody know what is. But I really like him. He works really hard, and you can laugh instead of get angry when you put the effort in that he does. And I think this could be the case for a lot of Chelsea players when it comes to the patience of us fans. If we see that level of effort and he's raw, he's young, we kind of expect it, then you can let off the errors sometimes. That's the way that I'm seeing it today anyway. 2-0, Enzo Fernandez, brilliant ball over the top, playing where he should have been, and Nkunku and Madueke scores the goal. Chelsea get the job done, it's 2-0. It's not pretty, and to be fair, I think if you look at the quality of chances in this game, you would be really clutching at straws if you were to say that Chelsea had more better chances and deserved to win 2-0. I think a fair result, if I'm being honest, would have probably been a draw based on the quality of chances that Servette had, and we were just very lucky that their finishing was absolutely abysmal. But let's go straight away now into box number 1. 6 minutes into the video, and it is the first green box of the season for Nkunku and Madueke. And I hope that this is the first green box of many for Nkunku and Madueke. It's a brilliant finish. Last season, I think it was Luton, where he scored that brilliant goal with his right foot, rifling it into the top corner. He scores again, a brilliant goal. It's a phenomenal pass from Enzo Fernandez. We're going to get onto him in a moment. But that finish from Nkunku, the celebration, he always kind of has this kind of like bit of arrogance, but that's the kind of arrogance you want. He looked direct when he came on. As soon as he came on, he literally just tries to take on the whole defence and score. And I think when you look at the way that we struggled to do that in the first half, it kind of just added a bit more impetus to Chelsea. He's direct, he wants to get involved, and he scores a great goal. And I think right now, if the club are looking to sell Madueke, which would be absolutely foolish, and if we're selling Sterling, which we basically are, then surely you can't sell Nkunku and Madueke. It doesn't make any sense. I think he had a brilliant end to last season, and the first time he gets a chance here, he scores a goal and wins us the game, which should, touch wood, win us the tie. Nkunku is box number 1. Box number 2 is a green for Enzo Fernandez, who, what we saw against Man City was a stinker. And he was playing just behind the striker in like an advanced 8 role, and he was asked to be the creative linchpin in the final third. When he comes on today, he's playing a bit deeper. And what you see Enzo Fernandez do, when he's got the ball in positions to be able to make a killer pass, he does it best when he's closer to the halfway line, not when he's on the edge of the area or entering into the 18-yard box. So that pass to Nkunku and Madueke, you can see the first thing he wants to do is look up, and he knows, because Nkunku is direct, that he's going to be making a run and there's going to be gaps in behind, because Servette grew in confidence throughout the whole game. They knew they could come at Chelsea, so there was always going to be that pass on. And Enzo can't see that pass if he's being asked to play just behind the striker. So that, for me, is great. If we can see Enzo Fernandez do that more and play in that position, then we're going to get the best out of him. Box number 3 is a red for Nkunku and Madueke. I'm going to say it at the first bit here. There was brighter moments at the start of the second half, and trust me, I want this guy to succeed more than anything, but the reality of the situation is Mudrik's just not it. And I don't know how long we can keep going with the conversation of, yo, he just needs to gain his confidence. He just needs to, at this point, we just need to, stop for a second. And right now, this guy isn't at the level that Chelsea need and require. Yes, he's raw, but, he's not even that young. This is his 3rd different season now at Chelsea Football Club. And I get it. There's been no consistency from anyone, from the club, the managers, teammates, but it's so frustrating to watch him because every final decision is poor. Almost everything. And I don't know how long I can keep watching it without just being we've got to do something about Mudryk. And I think Mudryk's got to do something about himself too. And when he gets given the opportunity, and look, we're playing against a flipping napkin. I had to say it at some point. We're playing against the Servette. I've got to make these little jokes, and no disrespect, I'm sorry if you're a Servette fan watching this video, but like, we're in the Conference League, okay? This is uncharted territory. We've got to make the most of the comedy if we can. But Mudryk today, it wasn't comedy. Mark Gu was comedy because he worked so flipping hard, and then it's like, bruv. But with with Mudryk, sorry, it's happening all the time. From the moment he joined Chelsea to now. And when is it going to change? Box number 4 is a yellow for Mr. Yellow Card at the end of the game, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. I think in the first half, what Chelsea severely lacked was creativity. And I think when Caicedo's playing in front of the defence with Renato Vega, yeah, granted, but when Caicedo is in there, I think Chelsea were looking around being like, well, we're going to keep the defence protected, which we didn't do a great job of. But when we get the ball to an Nkunku and a Dewsbury-Hall, go and find Mudryk, make that killer pass. You've got to hope that the wingers are also making good runs. Thought Pedro Neto was good at times. I think he showed brilliances and sparks, here we go, sparks of brilliance. And we could see that turn of pace. But with Dewsbury-Hall, I think we need more. And I think what he needs to do here is every time he gets a chance, he needs to really show what he can do. And at Leicester, it was about the return. It was about the legs. And in the second half, I think there was a few more little intelligent flicks, little intelligent passes. I think spatially, he looks good, but end product. Chelsea struggled with that today. And I think it was up to him to be more of that creative pin in the Chelsea side in the first half. And I didn't think he stepped up to the mantle. Box number 5 is a green. And this one was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to give Renato Vega a green, but I think at this point, when the vibes at Chelsea are kind of off, when everyone's like, this is Servette and we're playing pretty boring dead football right now, and in the first half we weren't winning. Yes, we started winning in the second half, but like, it was a competitive game. Vega just gets the crowd on side, and that is why I've given him a green here. I think defensively at times he looked poor. I think he's looking to get forward. He won a lot of his duels in the first half, aerial battles as well. And I think in terms of this series, which is 6 things that we learn, I think we have learned that Vega could become one of those gusto kind of signings where it's not as expensive as like a top dog signing, but I think the work rate and what he brings to the team and the versatility is going to pay off that value tenfold. I think Renato Vega can be brilliant. And he gets the crowd on side, which is wonderful. Box number 6 is a green for Philip Jorgensen. You put him in the team, we get a clean sheet. And let's be honest, he didn't have much to do because some of the misses that we saw from Servette were glaring, alarming, shocking. But that's the level that we're competing in here. But there was big saves that he also made, particularly towards the end of the game, to keep that clean sheet as well. A couple that he should be making, but it is a clean sheet. And when you win football matches, you keep clean sheets, it breeds confidence. And right now, that's exactly what we need for Chelsea Football Club. Yes, it's the Conference League. Yes, we're not playing beautiful, free-flowing, fast-paced, attacking football yet. Maybe we never do under Enzo Maresca. But winning is everything. Winning is all that matters. And if we keep doing that, confidence builds. Players start to feel what they are in their boots and they start to do more exciting things with the confidence that they can do it. That only comes from winning. And we've got the job done today. It's Wolves away next in the Premier League. Not an easy fixture. Pedro Neto back at the Molineux. Chelsea with a chance to get their first Premier League win. We're going to be here for it. Subscribe to GBFC if you are new. Smack a like on this video. I'd love to see 5,000 likes on this one. 6 things we learned. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Come on, you Blues.